I mean, hello and welcome to Out Past the Rings number 145? Yes! And as previously stated incorrectly in the last Out Past the Rings, this is not a three-way split, it is a four-way split, for I forgot about Frail Body. Where'd that come from? So, I don't know what the hell the deal was there. Oopsie daisy. So anyway, let's talk about the history, shall we? This one fell in my lap. It was plain and simple. I didn't really have to do anything. I was already on Frail Body's radar because I'd been helping them premiere stuff on Open Mind, Saturated Brain. Infant Island, I had recently helped release their first full-length on tape. MASSA NERA, I had released their first full-length on 12-inch. And Dianacrawls, I knew through CanaDave as they played ZBR Fest, and Dianacrawls was also on No Funeral Records. So, knowing Nate, that was just another in there. So, yeah, it just kind of fell in my lap. Let's talk about the songs first. We'll go through Frail Body. This was, I don't know if it was I think it was the last song that they released essentially before they got signed by Deathwish. They also had a split with Mare Noir on No Funeral, I think. This was also released on cassette by No Funeral, People, Places, something, and La Blast, I think. From CanaDave, the drummer Gabriel, also released this. Frail Body has, I think this was an exclusive track, at least up until, I don't know if it's on the new one. I assume it is. Anyway, it's an absolute banger. Harmonics at the end, absolutely fantastic. This band is just, like... in case you didn't know, Frail Body was kind of just like came into the screamo scene, like they were kind of doing their own thing, and then they really like came in hard to the screamo scene in 2017, 18. I think it was like beginning of 2018, and yeah, they just did very well for themselves because they're really good musicians and awesome people. So I mean, like it's really no surprise that they eventually got signed by Deathwish. In my opinion, like the first big screamo signing. There's been some bands who've come back who have been signed and stuff like that, but I don't think anyone... yeah, I remember talking to other bands who got signed, and one of them in particular said, I wish I got signed to Deathwish, but that was not the case. But it was for Frail Body, so congratulations. And I was also talking to Lowell on the Crowning Swallow's Nest tour before it was announced about this happening, and it was just amazing to hear. It just blew my mind. I was like, tell me all the stuff, please. You were involved with Jacob Bannon's label. That is just ridiculous and amazing. So, kudos, Frail Body. Their song, Fixed. Very, very good. Next is Infant Island. This was their, I think their first song after the 12-inch LP, the self-titled LP. And it is way heavier and definitely shows the direction that they were heading in with, they were released backwards, but Beneath, I think this song was re-recorded for Beneath, and then Sepulcher was written afterwards, but released before Beneath. So anyway, those two albums are much heavier than the preceding self-titled LP that I did on cassette. So this is really like the midway point. You can really hear it, and I definitely talked to Alex about it, or maybe it was Daniel, and said the violin part, which I think is superbly done. Every time I hear it, reminds me of Alien 3, as there's a very similar part that... See? It's pretty close. So, I don't know. I love that association that I have with it, for I am an Alien fan. Yeah, so that's Death Portrait, very good stuff. And then Massa Nera had their first song since they were 12-inch. So there's a whole lot of, like, I feel like growth and, like, hey, look at this new stuff that a lot of these bands were doing on this release. So it's pretty important when it came out, in my opinion. So I'm not going to try to say the name. I don't know how to... I took French in school. That's French, English, that's it. Anyway, this was the first song after the 12-inch, and it is technically the first song that has the other members doing the vocals. So I'm pretty sure this is the first release with Aaron on it, and if it's not, I definitely saw the song at ZBR Fest 2019 live, and Aaron was doing the stuff. So in my head, it's definitely Aaron on the recording. I'm not actually sure, but definitely the other three members at least contributing vocals, if not all four of them. Yeah, I remember seeing it at ZBR Fest, blown away. This came out right before ZBR Fest 2019, before this came out in May. And ZBR Fest would have been early June. Moving on. We got the Dianacrawls songs as well. So they're the only band that contributed more than one song. They have 3 songs on here, finishing up the one-sided 12-inch that we did. Very like sassy, weird Primus, super original stuff. The vocalist recently left, and there is a new vocalist. I haven't heard the new stuff, but I'm very excited because this band is awesome, and I got to see them live, and they were fantastic. And I like to talk like this sometimes. So let's look at the 12 inches, shall we? So these were out of 600. I do not remember the variant breakdown. I feel like there was 150 of these Clearwater Blue and 150 black. I don't think I have any black ones left. I accidentally oversold. So there's silkscreen on the B side. Very, the art, I don't remember the artist name. The artist for this also, Miles Carr. So Miles Carr, I'm pretty sure is the same person who did the new MASSA NERA 12-inch art as well. Just fantastic stuff. Alright, so that's the out of 150. There's black out of 150, and I'm pretty sure there was 300 of the bone, whatever this mix is, opaque mix. I definitely kept a more colorful of the copies. Not that they weren't all colorful, but this one has more color than I would say. A lot of the ones I saw, these are really nice, and I think it should be noted that I'm pretty sure these were done at Got a Groove, so in hindsight I realized that we could have got mages made for these, which would have been so awesome, but I was not aware of them. And I didn't submit the order. This was another thing where, talking about it falling in my lap, the bands basically took care of everything. Alex from Infant Island is also on here for the layout as well, so, you know, there's your general credits. The inner sleeve, I guess, is the lyrics, so that's always nice, and these ones came through nice. I find so many times when I have releases like this, they get split seamed in the bottom upon shipment, so these ones are still okay, so that's good. Now, I think it's interesting to note that besides these 3 editions and the test presses, I did 5? 10, maybe? Kind of like experimental swirl dip B-sides. So this is a totally playable 12-inch because this side is still all good to go. The silkscreen side, I was able to dip, and yes, I was at this point in time when I was doing these ones, I wasn't double dipping, so I was single dipping with one and placing it on the water and then cleaning the water around it and then pulling it back off and having like a cover on one side and stuff. So that's essentially how I did this. It's just the same as doing the tapes. But yeah, it turned out really nice. I don't know if you can see, but like that greenish yellow is actually glitter as well. So it's worked out pretty well. Like I said, there were some tapes done as well by some other labels, all good labels, and that's it. I don't. This was co-released by a ton of labels, and I remember thinking like 600 copies. We're never gonna sell out of these. That's sold out. It's definitely sold out. It's been sold out since I did those ones. I think we had whatever it was, like 5 to 10 copies left, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get rid of these. You know what? There's some of these other labels might still have some, but considering the stature of all of the bands, holy moly, this was like a precursor to all 4 of these bands becoming a lot bigger in the scene because they're all still active in the scene. One of them got signed. The other one released some ridiculous stuff on Dog Nights, as well as ZBR with, I don't even know how many pressings we've done. 3 pressings of that one? No, 2 pressings. But we need to do another one because we're sold out. And then MASSA NERA releasing, you know, one of the best Screamo records in a very long time. Late last year, December of 2022. We're done? I think we're done. That was a pretty long one. What's next? It is the Dre Affen second EP. So that's a fun one, and a bit crushing from the ZBR side, but we'll talk about that next time. I guess until next time, I used this cookie cutter to make a unicorn with. I guess I was kind of thinking of Dianacrawls. Let's see if I can even get it out of this thing. This is not unicorn. Oh my god! It looks like I skinned a unicorn. I'm so sorry. It's dead. I'm so sorry.